So because the patch points on the Neutron give us access to the oscillators independently of each other, we can pitch them differently at the same time. But I was trying to figure out a way we could articulate them differently at the same time and make them like two independent voices. And I wanted to do that, with just the panel here, nothing external. So I kind of figured it out. And they're not truly independent of each other because they still have to go through the same filter, but it's still pretty fun. So the first thing that you'll definitely need is a external CV gate sequencer of some kind. I have a Digitact that I run through a MIDI to CV converter, and that's where these plugs are coming from. But that's a whole other video someday about how that all works. But you could use a BeatStep Pro, you could use SQ1, whatever gives you two sets of CV gate. So first set here, CV going into oscillator 1, and the gate tied to that sequence is going into envelope 1. Here, same deal, but just oscillator 2 and the filter envelope. So those are going to be the basis of the voices. But already, if I turn up the VCA bias, you can hear me control them independently. Alright, so we got two different pitches being controlled by two different sequences. So the next thing that I would do is set up the oscillator 1 voice, right? Meaning I'm going to put it into the VCA and have envelope 1 control that. So let me just patch that in real quick. Okay, so now we got oscillator 1 into the VCA, and then the VCA out into sum 1, because we're going to need to mix them together and get them into the filter. And then the envelope 1 into the VCA CV. And now we just set up oscillator 2, but that's where the little trick comes in. And we're going to use attenuator 1 as a makeshift VCA, because it has CV control, so you could just control it with an envelope and get it to articulate like we want. So let me just patch that up. Alright, so now we've got oscillator 2 running into attenuator 1, and attenuator 1 going into sum B. So we're using the sum to mix the two oscillators together, send it to the filter, and then after the filter, we're going to put it into the delay input. And that's just because delay is the last kind of module at the end of the signal path. And we want the VCA to be independent of that, so we get the articulation on oscillator 1's voice. So oscillator 2 into attenuator 1, envelope 2, which is being fired by the gate, right? Like that's going to now control the CV for attenuator 1. And then take that sum B, like we said, sum to filter, filter to delay. And like I said, it shares a filter, but it sounds like this. So yeah, try it out yourself. Let me know if you have any questions. See you later.